That was the wind arriving after I already arrived because I was going that quick. What can I say? All right, let's get into the other half of Beetle Boy, Lawrence David, illustrated by Delphine Durand. Looking forward to finding out exactly what happens to Gregory. If you haven't watched the first half of this story, just jump into part 1. You can find out exactly what happens. But for the rest of you amazing human beings out there, we're about to continue on and find out exactly what happens in the rest of this story. Here we go. Get comfortable. Get ready wherever you are. We're about to delve back into story time. That's right. Here we go. The bus pulled up to the school. Kids ran down the bus steps, yelling and laughing and greeting their friends. Should we go in? Michael asked. Maybe during library we can look up what kind of beetle you are. Do you think that'd help? Maybe, Gregory replied. Suppose I should know who I am if I'm going to be an insect. The two friends walked into the schoolyard. No one looked at Gregory. No one paid any attention to the fact that he was a bug. Do you think I've always been a bug and no one ever noticed before and I only just noticed this morning? I'd have noticed, Michael said. You sure? Gregory asked. Look at them walking through the gate. In class, Ms. Dobson asked what 2 times 3 equaled. 6, Gregory shouted. Come up and show your work on the blackboard, Miss Dobson instructed. Gregory drew an oval beetle body with 6 legs, 3 on each side. 2 sets of 3 make 6, he explained. Good job, Miss Dobson said. No fair, Michael told his friend. You counted on your legs. In gym, they practiced dribbling the soccer ball and kicking at the net. Michael played goalie. Gregory raced down the field, flipped the ball from the ground to his shell, and gave it a strong whap with an antenna. The ball sailed through the air over Michael's head and into the net. Score! Gregory yelled. No fair, Michael exclaimed. No one said you could use your antenna. Too funny. During the last class of the day, Miss Dobson took all the kids to the library. Gregory chose the Encyclopedia Britannica, Volume B for bugs. Michael chose a book about insects. The friends sat at a table and began paging through the pictures. I never knew there were so many kinds of bugs, Gregory said. I'm glad you're the only big bug, Michael replied. Just imagine if all bugs were as big as you. Then Michael pushed his book in front of Gregory. Wait, look here, Michael shouted. Shh, said the librarian. What? Gregory asked. Michael pointed. On page 6, there was a large illustration that looked like a portrait of Gregory, only without a shirt and pants. Now to get more comfortable, this is a good story. Here we go. The guys are doing some research here to find out exactly what's going on, to get to the bottom of it. Carabus problematicus, Gregory read, or ground beetle. He licked a claw, then stroked an antenna. That's funny. What do you think? Michael asked. Gregory laughed. It's kind of fun seeing my picture and name. Can I take it out? Sure, Michael replied. I found it for you. Time to go to class, Miss Dobson announced. Gregory held the picture of himself up to his teacher. Miss Dobson wrinkled her face. Ugh, a bug! She rhymed. Do you think it looks like me? He asked. Miss Dobson laughed. I never knew you to be such a silly boy, she answered. Wow. So even with a picture on the book that looks almost exactly like him, you can see there, even still it doesn't look like a beetle right next to it. Might all be in his imagination. We'll find out. The two friends rode the school bus home. No one mentioned to Gregory that he'd become a beetle. Not the bus driver, not the lunch lady, not his teacher, not one of the other kids, not even his parents or sister. Only Michael. What does it mean that no one sees I'm a ground beetle? Gregory asked. Doesn't it matter whether I'm a little boy or a beetle? Does anyone care? I care, Michael said. Matters to me. I think people should be people and beetles should be beetles. Not beetles people and people beetles. That's the way things are supposed to be. He shook his head. I don't know why you've done this to yourself. I don't either, Gregory replied sadly. Do you know how to change back? Michael asked. No, I mean, it's not so bad being a beetle, but I didn't want to be. At the bus stop, Caitlin pointed at her brother. He thinks he's a bug, she told her best friend, and the two girls laughed and ran off to play. Even if it is all in his imagination, it's good to have fun like that. I used to pretend I was all kinds of animals and insects and beetles when I was a little kid. Gregory arrived home. Mum was cutting carrots for a salad while she talked on the phone. She waved hello to Gregory. Mum, Gregory yelled, I'm still a beetle. Okay, honey, have fun. She took a bite of a carrot. Gregory went up to his room and shut the door. He felt like crying, but instead crawled up to the wall and across the ceiling. He hung there and stared down at his bedroom below. Hours passed. He watched the sun setting upside down through his bedroom window. It looked as if it was rising. Wow, that's funny. So instead of... Look, you can see there we go. I was about to explain. There he is up there in the corner. Crawled up. Gregory, dinner, his father called. Gregory would not come down from the ceiling. Gregory, dinner, his mother shouted. Gregory would not come down from the ceiling. There was a knock at the bedroom door. Come in, Gregory said. Gregory's dad entered. Dinner's ready, where are you? I'm not playing games, he said in a stern voice. I'm up here, Gregory called. Dad looked up and saw a large purple-brown beetle peering down at him. Gregory? He asked. Is that a costume? No, it's me. I'm a bug. I've been a bug all day and no one's even noticed except for Michael. Gregory's mum and Caitlin came into the room. Is something wrong? Sorry, Mum asked. Where's Gregory? Caitlin asked. Dad pointed to the ceiling and Gregory's family all looked. No one said a word. No one could think of a thing to say. Gregory simply hung from above like a chandelier. I never wanted to be a bug, Gregory explained. It just happened this morning and then... Oof, he began to cry. Large beetle tears splashed on the floor. Oh, the poor fellow. Come down here, Mum said. Please, Dad said. Will you hurt me? Gregory asked. Will you spray me like you do the bugs in the backyard? Of course not, Dad said. Of course not, Mum said. Will you sting us? Caitlin asked. Gregory waved his antennae at his sister. No, I don't even have a stinger. And I wouldn't sting you if I did. Come down, dear, Mum said. Gregory slowly crawled across the ceiling and down to the floor. His family gave him a hug. His mum and dad kissed his beetle head. Caitlin refused. I'm too young to be kissing bugs, she said, and my lips are chapped. That's okay, Gregory replied. I'm sorry we didn't notice before, Dad said. I'm sorry I didn't listen, Mum said. What's it like being a bug? Caitlin asked. Can you be my show and tell? Gregory crawled into his bed and pulled up the covers with his 6 arms and legs. I'm going to sleep. I've been hanging on that ceiling all afternoon and I'm exhausted. It's not as easy being a beetle as you might think. Mum and Dad each gave him a kiss goodnight. Do you still love me now that I'm a beetle? Gregory asked. We'll always love you, Dad replied. Be you boy or bug, his mother added. Gregory's family left the bedroom and Gregory quickly fell into a deep sleep. There's no more talking now. Gregory Sampson awoke the next morning to discover he was no longer a bug. He stretched his arms and legs and climbed out of bed. He dressed and stood before the mirror on the back of his bedroom door. Nope, not a beetle. Gregory smiled. He knew his family would be happy. He was a boy again. And he knew Michael would be too. Gregory let up the shade and watched as an insect crawled across the outside of the window pane. You should have come by yesterday, he told the small critter. Then I could have played with you. Gregory whooped with laughter and jumped high in the air. Hurrah! He shouted. He ran downstairs to show his little boy self to his family. Gregory Sampson's Beetle Day was done. There he is talking to the beetle there. What a wonderful story. Adventurous. That's all we have time for. Beetle Boy, thank you so much for reading it with me. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this channel, click the bell below and subscribe. Then you can visit the page, read stories whenever you want. This is Beetle Boy by Lauren David, illustrated by Delphine Durand. Bye for now. Definitely not forever. I'm Josh Kieser, and this is Storytime.